Hey everyone. I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos lately about how I look like a lesbian or just a chick in guy clothes. And I totally understand where that's coming from because of the ignorance or lack of understanding of non-binary and trans-identifying people. But I do think that that's something that we need to address because there's a lot of confusion and a lot of conflating of the terms and concepts of gender identity and gender expression, and I think that we need to kind of clarify that. I did want to use the example of the gender unicorn. So if you don't know what that is, then you should go look it up, but I will include it in the video here that you can see. So let me just pull it up on my phone. So the gender unicorn, I will just put it up here, is basically something that helps people understand what gender identity is, gender expression, and what a sex assigned at birth is, and physical attraction and emotional attraction, because those are all five different things. So it shows gender identity and it has 3 arrows. So the first arrow, it says female, woman, girl. So that's like how you identify. So either as, like let's say a woman. And then the second arrow says man, male, or boy. And the third arrow says other genders. So basically that is your gender identity, the way you identify your gender. And then gender expression right below it has feminine, masculine, or other. So you can identify, let's say, as the first arrow, you identify as a woman. But then if you go under gender expression and you look and you see the way you dress or demonstrate or express your gender identity, it could be masculine. So a person can identify as a woman but also be dressing and presenting masculine because that's their gender expression. Doesn't mean that they identify as a masculine person or someone who identifies as male or a man just because of how they're dressed. I also want to include the definition of gender identity here. So gender identity, I just kind of like Googled it. And it says gender identity is one's personal experience of one's own gender. So it's just your internal experience and how you think of yourself and how you see yourself internally, and it could be externally as well. So another definition that I wanted to give you would be gender expression, which refers to the aspects of person's behavior, mannerisms, interests, and appearance that are associated with gender in a particular cultural context, specifically with the categories of femininity or masculinity. This also includes gender roles. So basically, like I said earlier, you can identify as a woman, but express yourself more masculinely, and that doesn't take away your womanhood. It doesn't take away how you identify personally. It's just what you like. It's how you like to dress. It's how you like to behave. It has nothing to do with your actual gender identity. And people are constantly conflating this. They think that, oh, you dress a certain way, so you must identify that way. It has nothing to do with that. There are gay men out there, cis gay men, who enjoy wearing dresses. There are straight cis men who enjoy wearing dresses. That doesn't make them a woman. It's just they enjoy dresses. And a lot of people are always telling me, why does there have to be more than 2 genders? Why can't a man just wear a dress and that be it? Like, that does exist. There are people who wear dresses because they enjoy wearing dresses. It doesn't mean that they identify differently. But there are also people who identify differently regardless of what they wear. Like, people tell me, oh, you dress masculinely, so you must identify as a boy. Or you're just a chick who enjoys wearing, like, masculine clothes. And I'm like, okay, maybe before I realized my gender identity, I did identify as a girl and I was wearing masculine clothing. So my gender expression would be masculine, but I identify as a woman. But currently right now, I identify as an other gender, which would be a non-binary gender, which is agender. And that is my gender identity. My expression is not non-binary. That's not my gender expression. It could fall between masculine, it can be feminine, it can be a little bit of both, it can be androgynous, and my expression has nothing to do with my identity. I often try to line up my expression with my identity and try to make my expression a little bit more androgynous so that it can kind of join in with my agender or gender neutrality. But that doesn't always happen. Like, maybe later down the road, I might like wearing a dress, and that doesn't mean that I'm no longer non-binary or that I'm all of a sudden a woman again. It just means that I want to wear a dress or I want to wear a skirt. I know plenty of non-binary people who identify as non-binary and are neither male or female, but present super femininely. There are people that I know who identify as male or as men, and they dress super femininely, and that doesn't take away from their gender identity. They're two separate things, and I just wanted to, talk about that. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm also on Amino. I don't know if you heard of that app from Ash Hardell or Chandler, but it is this app that I've joined, and I don't really know how to work it yet. I'm still learning, but I am part of the Transgender Amino, and I am also in the LGBT Amino. So you can go find me there if that's a thing that people do on there. Yeah, I think you can find me on there, and you can message me if you don't have Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter, the typical social media, and you can message me and hit me up if you have any questions or if you need help with anything. Feel free to reach out. So thanks so much for watching this video, everyone, and I really appreciate your ongoing support. So I'll see you next time. Bye.